Hello everybody and welcome back to PSGL. We do apologise for the short delay in proceedings here tonight in the F5 Championship. There was just a few errors regarding the PlayStation Network services, but we're all up and running. If you were not with us last week, the man we are currently watching, Sink Yogurt, was our race victor. Had a fantastic race in Bahrain and leading the Red Bull of TRT Cameron. I'm all on my own tonight. No Brendan to join me. It is just me, Evan Dalton, commentating for you. We're around Paul Ricard. It is the second round of the PSGL Championship. Some qualifying times already going in. Terra Racer with a 28.0. That is Sink Yogurt with a 27.4. Max 28.4 in the Alfa Romeo. The game audio a little bit loud at the moment. We'll get that fixed for you now. Hopefully that is a little bit better, but we are getting just started here in qualifying. Not too much gone, just that short delay of course due to the PlayStation servers, but we're up and running. FUR Harry wasn't here last week. 28.3 for the Alpine driver. 2 Alpine, 2 and 3 here in Paul Ricard, of course, if you were watching the 24-hour Le Mans. Third place for the Alpine car. Well, both Alpine cars currently on the podium here in France, home Grand Prix. They'll want a good result for sure. That's Toppy Team, 27.8 in the Haas. Fantastic lap by him. Fantastic lap by the Haasman. Pitman, that is 6th spot. He's down in the Aston Martin and TTGA khaki. Bad race last week for the Mercedes. He didn't score points, but he's back on a roll, setting a good qualifying time. That is E1 Baker. In the other McLaren, it is Sink Yogurt, currently on pole position. He was our race winner last week. Was nowhere near the top of the standings in terms of a pole position, but he is hopefully doing well. Hello to YouTube name Cameron's dad. I don't know if it's his real dad, but hello to you watching. Cameron, of course, had a fantastic race last week in the Red Bull, finishing second in Bahrain with getting past on the last lap. Heartbreaking for him, but still a fantastic result and one to be proud of. He is currently in 5th spot with a 28.1. Still, plenty of drivers to set times. You see Cherry to Pie has invalidated. Mark in the pits, Hazara also in the pits, so is Fleddy. ZL3 Roos is currently on the time. We'll run you through this one. Short shifting up the gears. You have to run wide of that corner. He's purple in sector 1. Is he on a flying lap? He is currently ERS all running. Yep, I'm his real dad. Well, I'm sure he is proud to have someone who supports him as well as you've been doing. So, always nice to have a bit of support while watching the stream, and hopefully he can put on a good show for him. Hopefully he can challenge for that race victory again. ZL3 Roos in the Ferrari purple sector 2. He's flying around this French Grand Prix circuit. Difficult corner here. Downshift to 4th gear up to 5th and just tuck and hope that car grips to the asphalt. Bit slow through that previous corner, but he's nailed this one quite well. Oh, just really eager on the gears there. Going straight up to 5th gear. Could be for traction, but it doesn't seem to be. Final corner, another tricky one. Get down to 1st gear, short shift to 3rd, and accelerate and hope you can get across that line quicker than someone else has. ZL3 Roos, it's only good enough for 10th spot. That lap time really falling away in the latter stages. He is only down in 10th and last of our competitive timed runners. Bugatti, of course, that 144 is going to be improved on unless he crashes later on in the session. Kaki hasn't validated on that, meaning nobody is actually on a timed run. Grimbo's about to start one. You might remember from last week, if you were watching, Grimbo's had a very late charge in qualifying, so to say. He went to the top of the standings after being 18th for the majority of the session. We'll see what he can do here. Turn 1 for Haas, the number 97 of M&T Grimbos. Very quick through there, taking a lot of curb and executing corners beautifully. He looking good so far in sector 1. The car somewhat seems to be on rails. Every turn in, nailing. Doing a good job here is Grimbos, but we'll have to wait and see the sector split times. He was purple in sector 1, whether that's real or not, well, only Codemasters can tell. Now the chicane, want to nail this one, take a bit of entry curb, but take that extra bit of curb there, which he has done perfectly. Yellow flag behind him, that is just cars letting others through. There'll be a lot of yellow flags in qualifying sessions due to just slow cars on the circuit. They're automatically brought out. Grimbos through turn number 10 and into 11. Most difficult corner on the track, some would say. You have to go down to 4th, up to 5th, and as I said, just hope that car grips to the asphalt. Some drivers run a lot wider than Grimbos has through turn number 12 there, as there is is that the Alpine of Harry behind him? Yes, it is. Second final corner and final corner now for the 97 Haas of MNT Grimbos. Get the power down, DRS active. And as I said, hope you get that extra boost out of the corner. It is second position for Grimbos, just ahead of his teammate, the Dutchman of Toppy team. He has just about snatched him, but he's still 2/10 off that pole position of St. Yogurt with a fantastic time. Next man to cross the line, that is a Mercedes. That's just starting a lap, I believe. Then we have the Alpine of, is that Terra Racer? No, sorry, that's the Williams of, is it Mark or is it Fleddy? That was Fleddy just starting a time on those soft tyres. Someone's improved slightly there. I believe that was Max, who's gone up to 7th position. He was high up the order but had a spin earlier on in the race. Next man to cross the line is the Alpine of Terra Racer, the home French team here in Paul Ricard. Cross the line. 3rd position. Alpine will be happy with that performance so far. That is a 27.8 for Terra Racer. A fantastic lap indeed. McLaren of Ewan Baker just starting a lap there. Next man to cross the line, it is it the Alfa Romeo just starting a lap. ZL3 Roos could not improve on his time. Tactician is about to start another run at the back of the pack. Cherry to Pie has also invalidated. Drivers struggling with track limits, obviously. There is a Williams or Alpine as well. See the colours, they're all extremely similar. This is FVR Harry coming across to finish his flying lap. Where will the Briton go? 5th spot, 28.0. Good lap from Harry. Slots himself 2 behind his teammate of Terra Racer. Terra Racer, of course, a very experienced and good driver. That is Black Box now in 12th. That is a 28.9. And that car currently is not sporting a helmet, so that could, I'm sure, break some regulation somewhere along the line. But, yep, as you can see, Black Box does not have a helmet on. Might get a wind chill, possibly. I imagine it's very windy, but not going to focus on that for too long, because that is a disastrous game fault. Next Ferrari to cross the line is that ZL3 Roos. It is, oh, he's invalid, so it will be the Alfa Romeo of Bjorn. He's still on a flyer. Final corner, let's see how he can do it. He takes that in a different gear to everyone else, you might notice. The Alfa Romeo there of Bjorn, apologies, took that in 2nd gear. Everyone else goes in 1st, so here comes Bjorn. 10th spot. Maybe we'll want to try taking it in 1st gear, see if we can get put a launch out of the corner, but he'll know more than I do. I'm the one talking on this, he's the one doing the action. There was a Haas. Is that Toppy team? No, Toppy team is on a flyer, not going slowly. The other Haas, we were on board for a lap with Grimbos. Let's just go on board for the final corner with Toppy team. Third spot, slots up behind his teammate. Fantastic lap from Toppy team to get himself up near the, well, even closer to the top of the grid. He was up there already with a fantastic lap, but Yogurt is improving. That fantastic provisional pole time of a 27.4. Here's a fun fact for you all watching. The F5 pole time last week of Tactician was quicker than the F3 tier, which is 2 above. The F3 tier also racing tonight. That was, that's racing now actually as well, but don't go watch that, stay here with us. Here comes Yogurt, across the line. It's a 27.308 for Sink Yogurt. A fantastic lap. Last week's race winner, proving his worth at the top of the standings. That's the Red Bull of, is that Bugatti? Starting of time? Yes, it is. Bugatti with a poor time of a 44.0. He'll be wanting to improve that. As the session is going to be coming to a close soon. I can't quite tell you what time is left, as it's covered by a overly large yellow flag that has been appearing all day. Oh, very wide there, but the car hasn't invalidated. Yogurt getting out of the way. That is Yogurt, a fair driver to let cars out of the way, although he's normally the ones lapping them. Bugatti in the Red Bull, not doing too bad here. Here comes Bugatti on his flying qualifying lap. He's doing he's on a good lap. Of course, you know what, we're just gonna listen, see how Bugatti is doing. Oh, and he's run wide. That's unfortunate from Bugatti. He has validated that time, and it's not looking like this is going to be all too good for Bugatti. He's going to have to try get out for another lap, but there is less than 4 minutes remaining. He will have enough time, as we're going to start seeing some action out of the pit lane. Another driver. Or is there anyone on a lap? Realistically, no. All invalid, all of the pits are all on out lap. Sink Yogurt is finding himself into the pits. Who's the next man starting a lap who we can't go on board with? It's an Alpine or a Williams. It's some car that has a blue livery on it. No, it will be. It's gonna be. Is it Terra Racer? It will be Terra Racer. Yes, as you can see in the chat there, Brendan saying, "Unfortunately, you can't commentate. He'll be back next week." Yes, my partner in crime is missing tonight. You've left me in the wilderness. No, of course, Brendan. He's allowed to miss a race every so often, as I missed plenty last week. Plenty last week, plenty last season. Terra Racer is going to be starting his lap. Let's have a look. Let's have a listen, and let's go on board with the Alpine driver as he will try to take pole in the French team's home. Good sector 1 for a Terra Racer. A little bit of a dabble on the gears there. He went up a few, went down a few. That would lose him a little bit of time, realistically. Not too much though, so he's still on for a good lap. Actually, I don't think that's him doing that. I think that's the car that is having that little bit. You can hear there. It sounds like very fast downshifts, but if you do look on his steering wheel, which we can see there, not going down the gears when the car does that, it's a game error, really. You're going to see a few of them tonight for sure, as there's a Mercedes in front of him who's going to have to vacate the area fairly quickly. He has done. So here comes Terra Racer to continue on his lap. Yes, you can just hear it there. Just seems to be a bit of a car, well, not a car fault, that's what I'm saying, to go for the terrible game Codemasters have made. Final corner for Terra Racer. This has been a good lap so far. He is our first man to complete a final flying run. 46 seconds remaining at the session. Can Terra Racer take pole? No. Very, very marginal improvement, but it's no positional improvement. More drivers on runs. It's going to get very hectic towards this final part of the qualifying session. Next person to cross the line is the Mercedes. I believe that is just Kaki starting his time, or is that IF4 box? It is black box there. The Bjorn is off in the middle sector. He won't be improving on his time. He is off. There's only 13 seconds remaining in the session, so he won't be improving. That is is that a McLaren starting a lap, or is that a McLaren finishing a lap? That was Sink Yogurt starting his flying run. There was a lot of drivers just about starting laps. That is Harry going slowly. He is finished qualifying and will be a minimum 6th. Grimbos will start 2nd, as he did not make the line. Toppy team is coming across to finish his lap. He needs to improve by 3/10 if he wants a positional improvement, but he could improve by a timing improvement. Across the line comes Toppy team. No position improvement and a very marginal time improvement. Track evolution is not as big as it was in Bahrain. Sink Yogurt is marginally up on his time. Ewan Baker, 4th position, has just popped himself. As he popped himself up from 7th, he has popped himself up from 7th. Next man to cross the line is the Mercedes. Is that of Kaki? It is. He is currently still on a valid run. Final corner for the German. Up the gears, here comes the Mercedes. Can he improve? He's in a poor 15th spot at the moment. Oh, it's only 14th. It is an improvement, but it's only 14th. ZL3 Roos and the Red Bull behind him. Here comes ZL3 Roos. Was quick in the earlier parts. No improvement. And no improvement for Cameron either. Oh no, sorry, that was Bugatti behind him. There is that is Max just off once again. Is that Pip Matt coming across the line? It is. Where's he going to put his Aston Martin? It is no positional improvement. No positional improvement for Cherry to Pie. Stink Yogurt didn't improve in his time either. And no improvement for Hazara. What about Ferreira? He's still to complete his qualifying. He's just completed it there. No positional improvement from him. So that is qualifying, and that is pole position for Stink Yogurt. Bit of a dull ending to the qualifying, if anything. There was no real large positional improvements. The biggest one would be from E1 Baker, who has improved to 4th spot from 7th, but it is pole position for Sink Yogurt. In a very, very good lap indeed. He's taken pole by quite a lot there, that is. Oh no, it's only a 10th in the end, so Grimbos did improve. Grimbos did improve, but not by enough. So, Sink Yogurt on pole position, followed by Grimbos in 2nd. That is Toppy team in 3rd. Ewan Baker will start from 4th. Terror Racer 5th. Zara 6th. Harry 7th on debut. Max will start 8th. Cameron 9th. Fleddy in 10th. Black Box will start 11th, followed by Pitman in 12th. Bjorn 13th. That is Kaki, who will be starting from 14th. Tactician 15th. ZL3 Roos 16th. And that is Cherry to Pie 17th. Bugatti 18th, and then our 2 Spaniards at the back of the grid, not setting competitive times. That is Mark CP 99 in 19th spot, and WSO Ferreira, he'll start 20th for the AlphaTauri crew. But like real life, actually, AlphaTauri starting last in France. He is obviously the Yuki Tsunoda of the team. So the race, I do have some weather updates for you. We will be having rain at the end of the Grand Prix. So if the action is dying down near the end, it'll be straight back, because we do have rain. Let us know down below, of course, of you who you think is going to win tonight's Grand Prix. Last week we had a bit of a, not a bias, more support for Cameron, so it'll be interesting to see who you all are supporting this week. Sink Yogurt, of course, is the favourite, as he's taken pole and he won the last race. He is having a great start to the season, but of course we will wait and see. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the PSGL YouTube channel. It helps us all out here in the organisation, and it can help us to grow our very large already community. Of course, the more viewers, the more better standards. We could even get prizes in soon. Don't quote me on that. Connor the Elder may kill me if I mention prizes, but anyways, it is a McLaren 1-4 and a Haas filling in the McLaren sandwich, you could possibly say. That is a 1-4 for McLaren, and then it is the Alpine 5th and 7th. Good performance from Alpine. They I don't remember how they did last week, so I'm not going to say they had a bad race, because I quite frankly don't remember. There's your tyres on the left hand side. You can see just beside the timing column, it is top 10 on softs. That is what you have to be starting on if you qualify in the top 10. Hards for Black Box, hard for Pip Matt, hards for Bjorn, hards for TTG Kaki, hope I'm saying khaki right. I think I am. I don't think there's any other way to say khaki. That is hearts for Tactician. That is hearts for ZL3 Roos. Hearts for Cherry Tabai, who's actually run wide on this formation. I think he's currently last on the formation queue. Bugatti has gone for a different strategy and is starting on the mediums. Mark starting on the hards, followed by WS Ferreira. Now, what I could imagine the drivers starting on the hards are doing is trying to get to this wet patch. Codemasters are not the best. They're no BBC weather. They're not the best on weather reports. They could say we will have rain on the second last lap of the race. You're going to get rain on lap 2. It is so inconsistent. So these guys are playing a, I suppose you could say, a gamble. Bugatti's the biggest gambler here. As you can see, we're going to see the soft runners pit about lap 6 to 8. So that is realistically their pit window. Of course, if you don't know what a pit window means, it is just the laps people are expected to pit. You can pit whenever you want, obviously. But here we go then, lining up on the grid. It is going to be an interesting race, so make sure you do stick around for this one. Grimbos lining up in his grid slot alongside Yogurt. He's going to be going for it in turn 1, I can imagine. Ferreira is the lead car, the back car, apologies, Cherry Tapai has found his slot in our queue. Lining up on the grid then. That is Bjorn, apologies, at the back of our grid for Lights Out in France. Paul Ricard, of course, the track 147 combinations of the circuit. We're just waiting for Lights Out. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in France. We go racing in Paul Ricard. What's the original launch like for Yogurt? There's some movement back there. Hazara's got an absolute flyer in the AlphaTauri. Down into turn 1. Yogurt leads. Hazara's gone for a lot of places there. There's an Alpine of Terra Racer. Harry has dropped back a little bit, and there seems to be some action with an Alfa Romeo. There's a Williams going slow in the middle. He's picked up the pace now. That is the Alpine of Harry losing a spot there in the mid-pack. Yogurt still leads ahead of Grimbos and Hazara. He wants Baker in 4. Terra Racer 5th, and there is Black Box losing some spots, and Pitman, who has just tucked in behind him. The hard runners have not got the tyres up to temperature yet, and the soft runners are blistering away into the sunset. But get the positional change, you can keep track of it there yourself. We'll run through it at a later point. Yogurt leads into the first chicane. 3 positions for Hazara. He's got a flyer off the line. Fantastic stuff for him. Max has got a decent run after a late spin in qualifying. Harry down 1 into 8th. Cameron 9th. Fleddy 10th. Black Box 11th. Pitman in 12th. But look at Bugatti on the back of the Mercedes. Oh, Aston Martin, apologies. He's flying on this set of mediums. And he hasn't got it done, but he is up 6 spots. Oh no, he has got it done. Apologies on Pitman. It's Black Box who he's behind now. That is a bit of a confusion for myself there with the Mercedes, but he's flying compared to these hard runners. Could go for another move possibly into the final corner. That's going to be his goal, but Cameron's past Harry side by side into the final corner. The young Red Bull Racing driver is up for it as per usual. He's going to go for the Alpine down into turn 1, I can imagine. Obviously he's just going to save off the ERS. He has managed to save off there, but he will follow that Alpine through. Up at the front, it is Grimbos leading from Hazara. E1 Baker Toppy team has lost. Oh no, he's actually in his correct grid slot. It's just all the cars in front of him have jumped up. So still, it's all safely through, thankfully. We have had no collisions. That is just graphics there with Harry jump to the back. It's just like, oh, spinner, and that is that ZL3 Roos in the Ferrari, who has dropped down to the back of the pack, and he is going to be miles down. That is unfortunate for ZL3 Roos. Harry back up into 9th. You can see, unfortunate spin. Didn't quite see what happened there for the Ferrari, but he is at the back of the pack. And poor day for Ferrari so far, but still a lot of laps left in this Grand Prix to try and retain a performance. Hazara has run wide there. So is Hazara starting to struggle already on these softs? He had a flyer of a start, might have burned them out a little bit, possibly, or could have his flat spot. Harry's around. And as Harry around, the English Alpine driver has spun, and he'll be at the back of the pack with Z03 Roos now. I think that's just he's touched that outside curb. I'll demonstrate what has possibly happened there as we do start the third lap of the Grand Prix. Is anyone going for it down into turn 1? Cameron has been dislodged of the train and will now have clean air in 8th position. Really good stuff so far. Here, there's a yellow flag in sector 2. That is just there's no one actually gone off. It is just a lag spike. Couldn't think of the word. But fantastic racing so far. Haven't seen too many overtakes, but these drivers are doing a splendid job. Someone running a bit wide, I think it might have been Max, as there is a little bit of a train forming at the back behind Pipmat. Bjorn going to be looking to be the next to dislodge himself. Positional change at the side. You can see our biggest gainer is Bugatti in the Red Bull racing car. He had a poor qualifying. I don't even think he got a proper lap in the end. Sink Yogurt, though, at the front. I'm sorry to move off what I was talking about, but he is looking a bit slow. Hazara has fallen off the back. He's ran a little bit wide of that corner again. What's happened to Harry, I believe? See that inside curb there? That rotates the car almost instantly if you touch it. So that could be what has happened. The Alpine driver who has made a pit stop, I believe. I'll get back to you on that one. Yellow flag in sector 3. Is that Harry going off again? No, he hasn't made a pit stop. He's just lagging quite a lot. Some connection issues. Hopefully all resolved. You hate to see a driver disconnect. It's not what you want to see. Ewart Baker, though, is looking to take this position back off Hazara, because Hazara is, well, I don't like to say this, but he doesn't have the pace of the front runners so far in the early stages of this race. So we may see Ewart Baker try to move up again. Although Hazara has got a flyer exit there, so nothing wrong with the Alpine in terms of mechanical. That's a yellow flag in sector 2. Is that someone off, or is that just a yellow flag again? I think it's just a yellow flag again. Fleddy in the Williams has lost a spot to Bugatti. Bugatti is now quicker than the soft runners, and he's now up behind his teammate T Cameron. Apologies. I haven't leaked the transfer. I just read it wrong. Don't worry. He now has his teammate Bugatti behind him, and it's going to be interesting to see do the Williams work together. I don't know if they're friends or not. So it'll be interesting to see, do the two Red Bull drivers work together and maybe let the fastest one through. So far, both look even on pace, but Bugatti's on that slower tyre, of course, in the mediums. That gamble to take the mediums, it might not pay off later in the race when the rain hits, but it's certainly paying off now. So, fantastic stuff. From there, Hazara is backing up Ewart Baker. We might see a move by the McLaren man anytime soon. The team from Woking is going to take a podium as Grimbos, is that Grimbos and Yogurt fighting as well. So, one McLaren up to third. One McLaren could lose the lead here as Grimbos is on the back of that McLaren. And that is Red Bull having a swap there. So Cameron may have just been overtaken normally, or he may have just let his teammate Bugatti through. I think it could be the latter there. But oh, Ewart Baker's made a mistake. He's almost gone sideways, and this is going to let Hazara straight back through in the AlphaTauri. Round the outside, this is going to let Terra contact there, but Terra Racers kept that Alpine in a straight line somehow. No damage flying off the French-owned team, but there is definitely a effect after that, as there is some overtakes happening there. But that is Hazara back up into third place, and Terra Racers also taking a position. That is the problem when you have a mistake there. As we can see from Ewart Baker, he's lost 2 spots in 1, and that is what happens when you have a wobble. Grimbos is now going to be attacking Yogurt for the lead of this race. 0.3 of a second, he's kept the gap. Yogurt doesn't seem to be extending it. There seems to be the DRS and slipstream. We will get the telemetry up to have a look at the ERS. It is even. fairly even, as that is Max into the pit lane. You can see him jump up a couple of positions. That is the early pit lane. Here comes our second placeman, Grimbos. He gains down the straights, but not close enough. That could be something to do with car setup, you know. It could be something to do with car setup. Of course, the more downforce you have, the slower you will be in a straight line. So, Grimbos could be running less downforce, more straight line speed. Yogurt, the opposite. That is why Yogurt is being caught down the straights and pulling in the corners. But, Yogurt could just be quicker through the corners and Grimbos quicker on exits. So many solutions, realistically, for what's happening here, but the gap is staying about the same. Here comes Terra Racer on Hazara. Hazara we seen struggling on the sauce. The Alpine's up onto the podium on its home circuit. That is a easy move. Drivers will make that many times in their career. A straight line move for Terra Racer, especially if you're an IndyCar driver. Every move is like that, but these are not IndyCar drivers. And this is not Daytona. Yes, because IndyCar drivers race around Daytona and not Indianapolis. Forget what I'm saying. Grimbos is attacking Yogurt, as has been for the whole race. He's getting close, and he's getting close. He's closer on this occasion than the last lap. As Yogurt, is that Yogurt into the pits? It is into the pits. You said we'd see some pit stops on lap number 6. Is anyone else going to follow the McLaren through? That is Toppy Team who's followed him through. Oh, that's a 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That's a disappointing penalty to get because it's completely your fault. That is 2 pitters. Yogurt has fit the medium compound tires. Slow out of the pit box there. Very slow out of the pit box. Yellow flag in sector 3. Is that Max who's gone round? No, just seems to be a glitch. Oh, Harry's run off. That is the Alpine of Harry who's run off there. He's now into the pits and struggling. As we can see, the race pace has dropped since the early pit stops. Bugatti is our quickest man so far in the mediums. That is Harry, who has left the session. He won't be completing his debut race in terms of himself driving. The car will. It's an AI though, so no positions will be gained. Our first hard runner overtaking the softs. That is Black Box past Fleddy. I4 Black Box, the lead IF4 runner now. He is made the move on Fleddy, who seems to be struggling on those soft compound tyres in the early stages of this race. 20 laps to go. We have rain hitting later on around this Paul Ricard circuit, so we will have to remember that. Hazara is struggling so much. He needs to pit, or else he's going to lose so much time. Of course, the Paul Ricard lap record is well, I can say my notes are wrong because it says it belongs to Nick de Vries. It doesn't belong to Nick de Vries because we've had F1 races here, so forget what I was going to say there. My notes are wrong. We've had pitters. Hazara has stayed out, which is a bad call in my opinion, as he's going to lose time, and the first of our 3-second time penalties goes to the Red Bull of Bugatti. Cameron has followed Bugatti and is keeping the DRS. Red Bull working in synchronization here, both doing a very good job. But it is an Alpine leading in France. That is Terra Racer leading the French Grand Prix. Unsure to where Terra Racer is from himself. Actually, if we check the race director, we might be. It's a Dutch driver leading the French Grand Prix. Similar flags, I suppose you could say, if you want to make an argument. I'm not gonna, but someone might. But it is. Oh, yellow flag in sector 2. There's been a collision at the chicane. That is Ferreira. The AlphaTauri, apologies, is around at the chicane on the main straight. He has lost some positions and he's going to lose lots of time as here comes Sink Yogurt. He's the first of our pitters and he's past ZL3 Roos to up to 13th spot. Needs to get past Ferreira, as I'm unsure if an undercut is more powerful. If someone would like to inform me of that, that would be fantastic. Is the undercut powerful? As we can see, Hazara into the pits. Terra Racer stays out for another lap. Oh, that could be a poor call. He's going for the quicker tyres, obviously, and the later of the race. Cameron also in. We'll have a look at the Red Bull stop. Good stop from the Red Bull crew, as per usual. He's fit the hard tyres. Hazara is on the mediums, and the car's pulling very slow down the pit box. Oh, here comes Grimbos. This is Grimbos on Ferreira. So that is Grimbos, our second pitter. He's now has to dismantle the Ferrari of ZL3 Roos up in front of him to get back onto Sync Yogurt's gearbox, which is what he wants to do. Obviously, he wants to pass Sync Yogurt realistically, but small stages. ZL3 Roos has picked up a penalty and is practically being pushed around by Grimbos. Grimbos, what's he got? Oh, Ferrari! Oh, that was almost a monumental accident. ZL3 Roos, well done for keeping that out of the walls. You may have lost a position, but you've not lost a right front tyre. That was a high-speed wobble from the Ferrari, and he's struggling all over the shop on these hard compound tyres. That was almost a mass accident, taking out one of our race frontrunners of Grimbos. Tactician, holding up a bit of a train of Kaki and Mark. Is that Terror Racer in? Finally, he is, meaning Bugatti, the man who started from third last on the grid. He's leading the French Grand Prix ahead of Black Box, Pipmat, Bjorn, Cherry to Pie, Terror Racer in the box. Let's see where he comes out in relation to Yogurt. He's going to come out behind him, of course, but we need to see how far behind him. You can see the... Can you see the Alpine in the pits there? No, Yogurt is well ahead. Terror Racer is going to come out. Is he going to come out behind E1 Baker? Is he going to come out behind Toppy Team? Toppy Team's going to get him. He has got the Alpine down into 16th spot. Alpine's race has gone from good to bad. Of course it's pit stops, but you know what I mean. Closest on track battle now for actual position is probably Pipmat and IM4 Black Box. Yellow flag sector 2. That is Ferreira gone again. The AlphaTauri has taken a tip round for the second time today. Back up to Pipmat and Black Box. Pipmat passed the Mercedes, but the Mercedes is going to fight this one back into the slipstream. Is he going to go for turn 11? No, slow. Bjorn could look past. Could Cherry to Pie, whose teammate is holding up. Contact at the chicane. It's Cameron. Cameron, after making his pit stop, he's around. I'm not sure if that was his own fault, if that was another car's fault, but he's around, and he is at the back of this French Grand Prix, 19th, and has work to do if he wants to catch back up. He could catch back up in the rain section of the race, but it comes Bjorn on Black Box, gonna try and make a move on lap 11 of 27 here in Paul Ricard. The outside's gonna be a difficult one, but he is boxed in, but he is gonna try it. Oh, what a fantastic overtake by Bjorn! That is what we love to see. That is splendid racing, if I do say so myself. That's it. Wow. That's it. That one's impressed me. That one has certainly impressed me. Has Bjorn. Fantastic stuff. Cherry to Pie on the back of Black Box now as well. Black Box is going to try get past Bjorn. I don't think he can do as impressive of an overtake, but that was probably as fantastic as it looked. A poor decision from Bjorn. Black Box doesn't seem to have the straight line speed though. He just doesn't seem to have it in that Mercedes, which is a quick car. Clausen saying that was a... I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I'm not good at names. That was actually a nice overtake. It was a really nice overtake in my eyes anyways. You've probably seen well more impressive. But I enjoyed that one. That was a great move from Bjorn. He's up into third now provisionally. Still has a pit stop to make. Is he going to go for Pipmat as well? No, hasn't. Bjorn stopping the show, as some people would say. I don't know anyone who says that. I don't know why I said that, but this is a battle for position. That is Toppy Team and Terror Racer. Toppy Team is past. It seems like Harry just disconnected because he's back in the race. He's behind by a good bit, but safety cars are always possible. Never give up is what I like to say. Constant saying that was a great move. He's seen a lot. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who seemed to enjoy that one. Good move from Bjorn, but he is still under threat from the Mercedes of Black Box. So he needs to get past pit Matt for a bit of clean air is what the Alfa Romeo needs to do. The Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo fighting. Two newly rebranded teams. Aston Martin of this season, Alfa Romeo of 2019. Harry's back in the race. So we hope he can catch up. I don't like seeing drivers with internet issues. I just don't like seeing it. Bjorn is past pit Matt in a straight line. And a handy move, not as difficult as the one he needed to get past Black Box. So, well done Bjorn. This is Khaki past Tactician. Oh, Tactician running over the curb, gonna bounce the car. And that is L3 Roo. Oh dear. Oh no, Harry's just retired in the pits. I think that's why he's joined back. Oh, I thought that was a crash there, but he's just joined back to retire in the pits. So that's a very unfortunate end to today's French Grand Prix for Harry, as this is Yogurt getting past Mark. We have a train here, actually. Oh, Yogurt sent it on Tactician. That's a dangerous move, but it is a race-winning move, quite possibly, as that is the McLaren past Tactician. Mark behind Tactician. He's been trying to do this for laps, but Yogurt has this superior pace on everyone. Of course, he needs to get past Khaki as well. Yellow flag. This is for the Alpine of Harry, who hopefully doesn't get in anyone's way. He's ghosted anyways. Luckily enough, that is the danger. Like, if you've returned the pits, you should just stay in the pit lane. But Khaki has been passed by Yogurt. There we see the slow Alpine of the other Alpine. Oh, contact! And the other Alpine is slow as well as he's around. He has messed up that move on ZL3 Roos, and that is the other Alpine of Terror Racer who's around. Both Alpines home Grand Prix have gone awful so far. A fantastic qualifying, but the race has gone down the drain. Cameron looking to get past Terror Racer after that spin. These are the what could you call them? I'd like to say the Tree Musketeers, but the Tree Spinneteers will go for. That's... I should be sacked for that pun. Grimbos is past Mark. For 9th, Grimbos now has a bit of a job to do if he wants to win this race. There is now 2 cars between Yogurt and him. Black Box past Pitmat. That is I think Pitmat actually made a mistake, and that's what's lost on that position, because Black Box wasn't looking quicker than Pitmat, but he is quicker now, as he's passed. I don't know when these guys will be starting to pit soon. It should be fairly soon, and we have to wait for the rain to hit, of course. Grimbos is past Tactician. He now needs to get past Khaki and into the DRS of Yogurt if he wants to keep with him for this Grand Prix. Moves at the back. Cameron is past ZL3 Roos. Didn't quite catch that one, but it looked an impressive move if he did it in Sector 3. Pipmat receiving a penalty, and so is Cherry to Pie. I think the Aston Martins have made contact, and that is why they both have received penalties. Hopefully they haven't. The 2 Aston Martins, as you can see, hopefully we can get another good shot like we got. The cars are running very high off the ground, so both running weird setups. The Aero Rake is high, or highest on the Red Bull actually, but it is second highest on the Aston Martin, I believe. They're both running very large high setups. Grimbos past Khaki in the straight line, and he is 1.2 seconds behind Yogurt, so not an impossible gap. But Yogurt getting that move done has definitely gave him a very nice opportunity to continue winning this race. Hazara is past Toppy Team for 13th spot. Hazara was got a great start, but he fell off a little bit. Toppy Team will be looking to get back past Hazara, but Hazara's on medium, so I can't imagine he will do it. The top of our pitters is Sink Yogurt, who is 1.2 seconds. Oh, he's behind the 2 Aston Martins and Black Box and Bjorn. Grimbos, let's just put into perspective what Grimbos will be thinking for a second. Grimbos is going to be thinking that he can catch up to Yogurt a bit here. Well, he's going to be thinking anyways, because there is a fastest lap of the Grand Prix for the Haas driver. 0.9, he's in DRS and the quickest man on the circuit without a doubt at this moment in time. He's now in DRS of our provisional race leader. If a safety car comes out at any point, it will be Bugatti possibly who is our provisional race leader. As Yogurt's picked up a 3-second time penalty. the importance of that is magnificent. That could be the difference between winning and losing this race, and the two Aston Martins are fighting into the chicane. Cherry to Pie and Pitmat. That is Cherry to Pie leading the Aston Martin train now as Yogurt catches up, but Yogurt will have DRS, as will Grimbos, so Grimbos will not get the massive launch that he regularly would if Yogurt had nobody in front. Oh, here's a nice camera angle to have a look at the McLaren, who is currently, as we said, our provisional Grand Prix leader, but that could change in a moment's time if Grimbos can keep up this magnificent pace. Pop down the order. Tactician is trying to get past Kaki. These neither have pitted, neither is Mark, so this is a genuine battle for position. Mark is right on the back of Tactician. He's run wide there. The dirty air proving to be a struggle for the Williams driver. Grimbos is 7/10 behind Yogurt. Yogurt's being saved by the DRS of Pitmat, but he's going to also have to get past Pitmat soon. That is ZL3 Roos into the pits for the Ferrari team, as that is ZL3 Roos retiring from the race for the Ferrari team. Cherry to Pie's made a mistake, so this could possibly be a overtaking maneuver for his teammate Pitmat. Or it could be an overtaking maneuver for Yogurt and Pitmat, because Pitmat seems to be going just as slow as his teammate. As ZL3 Roos has left the session, we just seen his retirement in the last few seconds. Ferrari's picked up a penalty. Yogurt's not close enough. This gives Grimbos more time to try find a way past Yogurt. Oh, we seen last week the non-pitters proving to be taking out Tactician. Is Yogurt gonna manage to get past them? The same he did up the inside at the turn of 10. Oh, he's pushed them. Oh, he's pushed Pitman off the circuit. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous, because you don't know what happens when you run onto those marbles. Bjorn is going slow. He's made a mistake. The same as last week is happening once again, where these slow cars are holding up our leaders. Yogurt is going to go down the inside on Cherry to Pie, and he's got past both Aston Martins. Next car is Bjorn. How's Grimbos doing? Grimbos is going to get past Pitman on the straight, I imagine, here. So Bugatti into the pits for a set of these soft tyres. That's there's only 10 laps left. I don't think we're going to get rain here, as Bjorn can't quite get past Black Box. I don't think the rain is going to come here, lads. I don't think so. Grimbos is past Pitman. Yogurt can't get past Bjorn, as he needs to get past both of these, but Grimbos still has to get past catch and get past Cherry to Pie. Yogurt down the middle. Yogurt down the inside, apologies, of Bjorn, and he's got him, but Bjorn has almost lit up the rears and spun round. One car left for Yogurt to get past. It will be an easier one there with 3 cars in front. How's Grimbos getting on? He's not caught up to Cherry to Pie to get past yet, but Cherry to Pie and Bjorn might start fighting soon. Yogurt right on the back of Black Box, ascend up the inside to turn 11 here is going to be the best option for Yogurt. The McLaren into the slipstream. No DRS on this straight, but he's going to have to go up the inside of turn number 10 on the Mercedes. Oh, apologies, camera switch. That is Black Box still holding the outside. Bjorn could look for the inside on the Mercedes. The Mercedes ran into the back of the McLaren, I believe. He's no damage, because that car is still running fine. Grimbos is not past Cherry to Pie yet. Cherry to Pie had a wobble. Grimbos is now 3 cars behind our race leader. Yogurt needs to push and find a way past, as Grimbos has sent it on Cherry to Pie. The Aston Martin struggling with the rear of the car. Bjorn on the back of Black Box. So this is chaos here in PSGL F5, as Bjorn needs to try and for his own race get past Black Box. Grimbos is the one realistically who needs to get past these two both. Apologies, was on board with the wrong car there, as Pitmat and Cherry to Pie could start fighting as well. But Yogurt is going to keep Black Box in his DRS, which will keep Bjorn in a good slipstream DRS combo. Grimbo's obviously going to have DRS. Yellow flag at sector 3. It is Ferreira around for his 3rd spin of the race, where we're going to have to keep off that for a second though, as the chaos at the front of the race is unfolding, and Black Box is not going to even get a distance tow at this point. Bjorn is going to be the man with the DRS, and main slipstream advantage. Grimbos is going to have to do Yogurt's preferred move in this Grand Prix, which is a send up the inside at the turn 10. Ferreira out, he's retired in the pit lane, but here comes Grimbos down the inside of the Alfa Romeo at the turn 10, the highest speed right-hander on the circuit. He's got him done a lot cleaner than Yogurt did. Oh, but Bjorn could come down the inside. You don't want to tag a left front to a right rear, because the man who tags the left front will be facing the wrong way in a split second. Grimbos needs to get past Black Box and needs to catch Yogurt, but the thing is, Black Box, if Black Box was clever, he'd have pit, because the softs can do a good few laps. Well, no, I didn't mean to say that. If Black Box was clever, he'd let Grimbos through and not have not attack his own race. The crucial point, though, is Yogurt with this 3-second time penalty. We're going to just have a quick look at the warnings quickly for Grimbos. We'll see what warnings he has. He's one. He only has a single warning. So, Grimbos in a good position, and he's gone for the inside on Black Box. We have a 1-2 fight for the lead. Now, it's been a provisional lead for them both, but they are now in the actual lead. Fight is Yogurt and his Grimbos. Bjorn could attack Black Box. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be gaining enough speed in a straight line, but this is the fight for the top 6 between Yogurt, Grimbos, Black Box, Bjorn, Cherry to Pie, and Pitman. The first of our pitters is on Baker, down in 10th. He is catching up to some slow runners on the hard side as Mark, Kaki, and Tactician. No movement out of our slipstream queue this time into turn 10, but Grimbos is back in TRS of Yogurt. So Yogurt was the man chasing and passing Cameron last week. Grimbos is the man chasing and passing Yogurt this week. Mark has passed Kaki. He's got him done into turn 11. Yogurt's picked up a second penalty. A second penalty for Yogurt. And he's in a bad position in this Grand Prix, as Grimbos is now going to be the man to get past Yogurt, or so I believe, unless Grimbos of course picks up 2 penalties, but it's unlikely considering his one warning. Look how dark it is getting over Paul Ricard now. The clouds have swarmed the F1/WEC circuit here in the south of France. Ewan Baker has got past Kaki. If this rain hits now, Tactician, Pitman, Cherry to Pie, Bjorn, Black Box, all in fantastic, and Mark, all in fantastic positions, as they didn't pit, and they started all at in the bottom 10 of the Grand Prix. Hazara, is that Hazara and Max? No, that's Max around. That realistically looks like it was contact. He's made contact on entrance into the track with the Alpine of Terra Racer. Oh, this is not good for Max. He's having a poor race. I don't know if we are going to get rain just yet, but here comes Terra Racer in the Alpine. Gonna try and get past Max's. Apologies if there was any mic noise there, just had to adjust it. As Max has lost the position to Terra Racer, as so I can imagine Terra Racer quicker tyres, plus Max would have very warm tyres from that mistake. Mark looking to get past Tactician. These two aren't that far behind Pit, Matt and Cherry to Pie, Bjorn. Look how close Grimbos is to the back of Sink Yogurt. There is a little patch of sun on the top left, you can see there, but the clouds are swarming, so we could get rain on the last couple of laps of this Grand Prix. We may see someone go for bold. I don't know if we've any MotoGP fans watching. The Brad Binder's strategy: stay out on a set of slicks and try and win the race. Grimbos for the lead in the Haas F1 car. He sticks behind. That's a clever option. Just keep a bit of DRS. Is that Bugatti around? It is Bugatti around at the final corner. Maybe just lit up the rear, but oh, what was going so well for Bugatti is now going so poorly. You can see sparks from that McLaren of Yogurt, so he's definitely running high straight line speed, and he's ran wide. He's ran wide through that corner. Here comes Grimbos though. DRS. We'll have a quick look at the ERS front. Never mind, we're not going to need to, because here comes Grimbos for the race lead to the inside. He's going to get it done quite easily, but now Yogurt will be able to have another go into turn number 10. Here comes Yogurt. Oh, Grimbos just has the extra grip and straight line speed to pull away from the McLaren. Let's have a look at the ERS 17 to 21, so it is even enough. St. Yogurt just can't get close enough, and I think this could be the race win gone unless we do have a touch of rain in a moment's time. Ewan Baker, the McLaren teammate. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 2. That is Fleddy. That is Fleddy who has spun round, and I think it might have been a mistake of his own because he's on old mediums. Bjorn still struggling behind black box. These are just waiting out for the rain. We may actually see some last lap pitters, possibly because they are just waiting for the rain. Yogurt is still sticking with Grimbos though, which is what he needs to do. He just needs to stick in the slipstream and the DRS, but Yogurt's making more mistakes than Grimbos was because he has that 6-second penalty. We'll actually give a penalty update for the moment's time. Yogurt 6, Cherry the Pie 3, Pipmat 3, Toppy Team 5, Khaki 6, Terra Racer, that's Cameron past Terra Racer actually. He's got to fight it back though, is the Alpine on fresher, well not necessarily fresher tyres, and a quicker compound. Oh, it is fresher as well. It's all working in Terra Racer's favour. That's the battle for 13th, and we see Fleddy in the pits lane for a set of softs. Could go for a fastest lap. Won't get a point. Rain. There is rain. I don't know if you can see that on your screens. I can certainly see it on mine. Look, there's droplets of rain in Paul Ricard. Look at the halo there on the Haas F1 car. Just take a look at the halo. You can see droplets of rain. It's all kicking off in France for PSGL F5. Stay watching. You don't want to leave now because it's all kicking off. The hard runners have done the correct strategy to stay out on circuit. Of course, the soft runners had to pit. They wouldn't last this long, but they have done the correct strategy and they are staying out. There is a lot of rain now. It might not be heavy enough for inters yet, but you can certainly see it, especially on this Aston Martin on board. You can, if you just look at that halo, you can just see some droplets down. This is going to be crazy. A crazy final few laps in PSGL F5. Do we have a pitter already? Cherry to Pie is in straight away. Oh, he's a puncture. Puncture, so we could get puncture struggles now. The rain has come possibly a lap too late, and we could get some puncture struggles. Tactician in. Does he have a puncture? No, he's just in for a set of inters. So, oh, there's overtaking as well. That's Cameron. Oh, is that Khaki? Yes, Cameron is now flying, but it's at the wrong time as the rain has just hit Toppy Team. Gonna get past Hazara possibly as well. This is the battle for 8th, but maybe some higher positions as the rain has hit. Oh, that is the Alfa Romeo. Oh, for Max, who's gone off on 17 lap old mediums. He's definitely struggling in this wet weather. What about Yogurt and Grimbos? Are they okay on tyres? Yogurt's actually looking quicker. In this rain, he's got for the lead. The lead for Yogurt, but they're going to be side by side through the chicane. But no, the McLaren of St. Yogurt takes the race lead. He could think of himself as a better wet weather driver. Is that somebody else off in the background? That is... It's a tactician. Oh no, it's the Inter runners struggling. It's too early for Inters, but one of them had to pit. That was Cherry to Pie who had to pit, as he did have that puncture. It's all kicking off in France. The rain has hit. Will it be heavy enough? We don't quite know. Just going from my own experience of rain race I did in France, I stayed out in a set of softs because it was not heavy. Obviously, I'm not the level of these guys, so they may find it more difficult or less difficult, realistically. St. Yogurt struggling. He's got a poor exit, and Grimbos is going to go for the race lead. Look how far St. Yogurt's holding to keep the racing line, but look at the speed of Grimbos in the Haas. Race lead again. Is Grimbos French, actually? It is. It would be a home win for Grimbos if he could take this one. Yogurt struggling. Puncture. Does he have a puncture? Yes. That's a front left puncture. A front left puncture. Oh, Bjorn hit him. Front wing damage for the Alfa Romeo. Yogurt's lost it in the final laps of the race. A puncture, meaning Grimbos could get a puncture as well. They don't know. It's not wet enough. It's not wet enough for Inters, but they're struggling from punctures. Black box is true. Bjorn now is front wing damage from hitting the back of the McLaren, meaning Black box will take second in the Grand Prix. Yellow flag in sector 1 is that's Max off again. Does he have a puncture also? No, he's just struggling. Bugatti past Khaki. Does Khaki have a puncture? No. It's just all struggling. It's chaos here in France. A race win which looks so certain for Yogurt and Grimbos may fall away from them due to punctures. Grimbos is going so slowly. Just keep this win, as there was 3 laps left. It was rain, but it is not enough. Yogurt's struggling so much to get back to the pits. He's been passed by Toppy Team. He's about to be passed by Hazara, who also could be struggling from some punctures. He's around, and that's the first mistake on the punctured tyres for Yogurt, but he's around, and I can't quite keep up with this, but he's around, and he's lost points in this race, and what looks so certain to be a podium. Pitters, E1 Baker and Black Box in, they're obviously struggling. Does Bjorn have a puncture? No, he's just struggling with the front wing damage, but Pitmat's gone through. Grimbos, he's coming so slowly. He needs to try limp the Alfa Romeo home. Yogurt's for 5 seconds. That's because that car wouldn't quite stop in the pit lane, which you can imagine he's on a punctured tyre. Bugatti now, who pit for softs, is flying. He was the first to struggle from some sort of tyre failure. Toppy Team out of the pits. Yogurt might salvage something from this, but now he's 11 seconds of penalties and he's on a set of inters. The inters don't even seem to be quicker yet. Well, Cameron is struggling as well. Bugatti, realistically, all the drivers in front could start struggling from punctures, and Bugatti could sneak through to win this Grand Prix. It is chaos in Paul Ricard. Nobody knows who's going to win. We've 2 laps to go, and we don't know who's going to win. How's Grimbos on tyres? Grimbos is okay on tyres. If we open up his display, it doesn't show how his tyre conditions are. But this is chaos. This is crazy. This is fantastic. In PSGL F5, Terror Racer and Cameron were fighting for 14th a moment ago. They're now 5th and 6th. Terror Racer with a snap there. That could just be rain. Look at these two. Inching around is Bjorn and Hazara. Pitmat's off. Pitmat's the next puncture struggler from second on what looked to be a good result, but he has a puncture. He's our next puncture struggler into the pits for a set of soft tyres. Goes the Aston Martin. Bjorn is also in, so he has a puncture as well, presumably. How's Grimbos doing? Grimbos, look how slow the Haas is going. Let's have a look at speeds. Look at the short shifting, just to save the tyres. He's a mammoth task to do if he wants to keep this one. This is crazy. The rain hit too late. It is inters for Bjorn, who's changing his front wing also. Yogurt's down to 14th. Fleddy is on softs. Bugatti is on softs. Is he gaining on Cameron in front? Actually, we have to have a look. Is Black Box gaining on people? He's the top of our inters runners. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you to the 40 people watching. This is a new high for F5 in the last 2 seasons. We hope you're enjoying this chaos. I certainly am. I can't really keep up. Terror Racer's off. Terror Racer's off. Another podium sitter is gone. Is this a puncture or is this just a spin? I think it's just a spin. His tyres look okay. All 4 are good. It is just a spin for the Alpine. Grimbos, he's still limping. He's 7 seconds a lap slower, and so is Hazara. Cameron is flying, still on his hards. So is Bugatti. Red Bull to get a fantastic result here in Paul Ricard. It's crazy. This is mental. This is utterly shambolic, would be the best way to describe this. Black Box is gaining so much, says Harry, and he is. He's gaining a lot from his pit stop. Look how these guys are just limping. They're just limping home. The final lap of the race, it looks like a skating rink on the circuit. Grimbos could get punctured at any moment, so could Hazara. Cameron is still pushing. He's still pushing. He's going to finish on the podium. If these tyres can just last to the end. Kaki is 25 laps. Oh, he's in now. He's in now. He obviously doesn't feel he can gamble another lap, but Cameron does. Cameron is still doing it. He's still pushing. Grimbos is going so slowly through the corners. That's Black Box pass. Oh, that's just Kaki in the pits, apology. Black Box is losing time to Terror Racer. Terror Racer spun, and currently he does have a front wing, apologies. What an exciting race, I do have to agree. Here comes Cameron for second spot. How's Grimbos' tyres? Grimbos' tyres have held on. We said the Brad Binder strategy. Didn't realise 5 drivers were doing the Brad Binder plus the no puncture challenge. Here comes Cameron to the outside to take second position. He's just being cautious, and rightly so, because he didn't want to bottle such a good result when he was so far down. He was 14th a few laps ago. Cameron is trying to get past Hazara. Grimbos is coasting around the corners. Cameron needs to try and get past Hazara, who's defending so well for somebody who's doing puncture management. I think Grimbos is going to win this one, unless he gets a very late puncture. He's just coasting home so slowly. Cameron's fallen off the back of Hazara, so Cameron may not take a podium here. Bugatti's going quickly. He'll take fourth, even with a penalty. But Grimbos has done it. He has did it, and he's going to coast home for a home victory in Paul Ricard PSGL F5. Grimbos takes the win after coasting home for the last 5 laps. Win for Grimbos. What's Cameron? Can Cameron take it on the line, or is he just going to have to settle for a 3-4 for Red Bull? Hazara will take second, Cameron third, Bugatti will take fourth. Terror Racer is going to limp home. Look how much black box gained in that last lap. He could have got Bugatti and Terror Racer if he just had one more lap. Black box takes sixth. Ewan Baker will take seventh. Pip Matt will take eighth. Count Bjorn take ninth. I don't think it's Toppy team. I don't think is going to get points. Bjorn takes 9th. Toppy team finishes 10th, but will Mark snatch that position off the Haas? Yeah, he won't, so Toppy team will get points. Sink Yogurt, our race leader for so many laps, we finished 14th. There's a Red Bull destroyed on the main straight. Max will finish 16th. A Cherry to Pie 17th. Whew, I think I need to take a sip of water after that one. Wow. What a fantastic Grand Prix. Grimbos with a home French win. That is one of the most chaotic races I have commentated on in my 3 years of commentating, and I have commentated sometimes 7 times a week in that. Wow. Just let us know what you think of that one in the chat, because I'm speechless. It is a home French Grand Prix win for Grimbos. Cherry to Pie embarrassing. Okay, so we have a angry Cherry to Pie fan. Grimbos wins. Oh, look how bright and sunny it is now. Typical F1 backwards. Grimbos wins after limping home from... For 5 laps, he was coasting home almost. Hazara in second, Cameron in third, Bugatti fourth, Terror Racer fifth, Black Box sixth, Ewan Baker seventh, Bjorn 8th, Pipmat 9th, Toppy Team 10th, Mark 11th, Tactician 12th, Kaki 13th, Fleddy 14th, Max 16th, Cherry to Pie, Sink Yogurt 15th, Max 16th, Cherry to Pie 17th, Ferreira 18th, ZL Roos 19th, and Harry, our second non-finisher, of course, ZL Roos being the first, in 20th. What else can you say? That is crazy. That is that's mayhem. If you want to let us know a driver of the day, possibly in the chat, you can. But best of luck picking one, because I can't. Oh, that's fantastic race. Absolutely fantastic. That is what we love to see here in PSGL. But that is all I think we do have time for here in F5 after that chaotic race. I do hope you enjoyed that. I really do, because I really did. And thank you all for watching. Oh, hello Grimbos in the chat. Well done, Grimbos. That was fantastic. Well done, Grimbos. Thank you, Harry, for the compliment on the commentary. It was excellent race to commentate on. We actually had more viewers than F1 at one point, so fantastic stuff. That's all we do have time for in PSGL F5. We do hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, stay well, and we will see you next time in Spa-Francorchamps, we believe. Another great racing circuit.